What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and here's an interesting story coming out of the world of wrestling. Now, I know many of my viewers are fans of wrestling. I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid, back in the days of, Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, and when he was with Paul Bearer, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake, Andre the Giant, all of those. They cemented my childhood. I had all the little action figures and modern wrestling. It's something I never really got into, but it's probably bigger than ever right now. And Vince McMahon, for all of his good decisions in terms of a league owner, has made the baffling decision to ban his contract workers. From what I understand, I could be wrong on this. By the way, I'm covering this topic because you all requested it on Twitter. I apologize if I make some mistakes with how wrestling works, but you know what? I ask everyone every day what they want me to cover, and I work for you, so I do my best. Hopefully today will be the day I earn your subscription. I cover just about everything, as you can see now. Vince McMahon makes the baffling decision to ban WWE superstars from third-party platforms, essentially removing their ability to earn a living outside, off the brand. Earlier today, wrestling Twitter blew up after Wrestling Inc. reported that WWE had banned its wrestlers from engaging in third-party platforms like Twitch. The company feels that WWE superstars using their names and likeness on these platforms is detrimental to the brand. First of all, that's idiotic. I know Vince is a boomer, but he's a moron. You should absolutely allow your employees. In fact, if I were running it, it would practically be close to a requirement. Like, honestly, every one of my employees should have a raging social media presence, YouTube channel, Twitch channel. You just hire somebody to follow them around and make YouTube videos. That would be just part of the deal for me. Wrestlers have been told they must terminate their activities on these platforms within the next 30 days. David Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio is reporting that the ban came in light of WWE superstar Lana promoting an energy drink on her official Instagram handle. So what is this really about? Money. That's right. It's about money, just like everything is. I'm sure that I understand. Okay, so let me put on my ownership hat here and try to understand where Vince is coming from. The WWE has various sponsorship deals, okay? One of them must not be Bang Energy Drink. That's the only thing I can imagine. Let's just say, hypothetically, for anyone who doesn't follow wrestling, this whole case doesn't really need to follow wrestling specifically. But let's say the league had a deal with Monster Energy Drink, but then one of their superstars was on their Instagram promoting Red Bull. That's where it creates a problem. If he had made that case, I would understand it. But then why not just have a system in place where these people have to get advertising deals approved? Or, you can't have anything that's in direct competition with an existing league sponsorship or something like that. Ultimately, these contract workers can be terminated on a moment's notice. In fact, they just released some wrestlers the other day. So, what? They're building their brand too. That's part of it. Lana had been promoting Bang energy drinks on her Instagram account for a while now. There's a string of posts made by her hyping up the product over the past few weeks. Quote, furthering my comments last Sunday regarding the reinvention of our product, it's imperative that we promote and protect our brand in every conceivable way. Some of you are engaged with outside third parties using your name and likeness in ways that are detrimental to our company. It is imperative that these activities be terminated within the next 30 days. Continued violations will result in fines, suspension, or termination at WWE's discretion. These actions are necessary in order to rebuild our brand as we enter the next phase of growth at the WWE. Well, if you're worried about your brand, maybe stop taking huge money from Saudi Arabia and holding events there that don't even let some of your wrestlers in. I mean, if you want to talk about something that looks bad for your brand, it's going to countries that have racist leaders and laws that prevent the people on your team, on your roster, from competing, and then you still go anyway. If you're a hardcore wrestling fan, you already know what I'm talking about. If you're not, well, it's quite simple. You know, they put on an event in a country that has some terrible, terrible laws, backwards laws, and the WWE is fine taking money from them to hold events there and leave people back. And, you know, even we see this with taking money from China right now. It's become, you know, China's persona non grata, Saudi Arabia's persona non grata. We saw them, they had given some big money to an esports organization. All of the members of that organization revolted against it. I think it was further like Future City or whatever it is they call it. And they had to cut the sponsorship. People don't want money, you know, especially from companies that virtue signal about, you know, what's right and good and righteous, to be taking money from people like that. Now, Saudi Arabian citizens, this isn't to reflect negatively on them. These are the laws that they must live under. Lana and several other WWE stars have social media handles on YouTube, Twitch, and other platforms. Lana is quite active on her official YouTube channel. She will regularly promote brands on her Instagram account as well. As reports came out, several superstars as well as former wrestlers expressed their disappointment over the social media. Former WWE superstar Paige went on to change her Twitch official's name from official page WWE to Syria Official. We'll update you on the situation when more comes out. This, to me, seems like an unbelievable overreach. And some of the reaction here, McMahon is infamously stringent and protective of the WWE brand, and some wrestling commentators are calling this edict out as a massive overreach and abuse of power. Here's David Bixman saying, so is there anything in the contracts that would let them do this? If so, would it even be enforceable if someone fought them on it? Or would it be illegal, like huge parts of their contracts? This is one of the most egregious overreaches in a long time. Go away, Vince. The superstars are at their most interesting when they're on these platforms being themselves, rather than being on TV, some writer's puppet reciting lines that sounds like they were written by a child. Kind of strange that they think they own their real names, considering they're independent contractors. Great, now make everyone an employee if you own their real names too. And that's exactly it. I mean, they keep them as independent contractors so they don't have to, you know, it protects the brand, but then you want to own them. From skimming the most WWE talent contract, we have, it seems likely that WWE is citing the exclusivity terms to try and stop the independent contractor talent from making additional income and monetizable content creation platforms such as Twitch, Cameo, and YouTube. Unbelievable. Now, am I going to cry a tear for millionaires not being able to make more millions? No, that's not really what this video is about, but it is absurd. And it is interesting to think that a company that has independent contractors being able to control their social media in this fashion. I mean, we see this with comic book pros, for example. We know DC Comics has a policy in place that, you know, we're told, I've never seen any official confirmation of this, I don't think, or if I can't remember it, where it's basically like, yo, there's no arguing with fans. That type of thing, I actually understand. If you're using your social media, you are a representative of the brand. And if you are representing the brand in a negative light, I can see the brand not liking that. Now, if I'm on my own Twitch channel playing Call of Duty on my off time, and I want to grow my brand there, my day job shouldn't be able to prevent me from that, because being a star in the WWE, for most people, is extraordinarily short-lived. And they have to consider how they're going to make money after that, all right? Now, there's a tiny percent of them that will go into film, but most of them will be out on the street and have to earn money again. This is a great way for them to take advantage of their exposure and an absolute ridiculous overreach by the league. I'll be interested to hear what your comments are in the comment section down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.